So, because of the way the bonus level's unlocked, we're sort of going from, well, one horror stage to another horror stage. Oh, wait, no. No. We're going from one horror stage to a short trip into space, and then back to a horror stage. I forgot this bonus stage was here.
Wow, so much variety.
I think it's like cartoon law to have one Uranus joke if you have some sort of space motif.
Anyway, this is actually not a Star Wars or Star Trek level. This is a Lost in Space level.
What did it say? What did it say on the gravestone there?
I couldn't read it in time.
I didn't see it either, but like, it's seriously Lost in Space. Old school Lost in Space.
Danger Will Robinson Lost in Space?
Yeah. And not the movie with Gary Oldman in it, the actual television show that was crap.
I remember not liking the meshes of these meteorites because they can lead. Actually, what you just saw what happened to Lois there a couple seconds ago. Like it acted as if he was grabbing a ledge when he clearly was above the meteorite.
Well, it's because the way that the meteorites are laid out has the weird visual illusion trick of making you see ground where there is none.
So does it make you weave in, gotta go straight, ain't a criminal, crime don't pay? See the crazy man, Eggman's base, don't let it get
Okay. I have an easier time getting most of Gex's quips than I did getting that. So you'll have to explain it to me.
Hunted P, man.
This is Knuckles, and it's tail time. You ready?
Gotta find all the lost pieces of the silver remote.
Gotta figure out how to set that VCR timer.
Anyway, yeah, there's the robot.
Nobody knows how to do that, for the record. I don't think... You could have a PhD in quantum physics and not know how to do that.
One of the things that I really remember about the Lost in Space movie adaptation was that they gave the robot this really badass looking design, so they could sell toys in the year that the movie was actually released. But
and then in the back future, it's the original version.
Yeah. They had him rebuilt into something resembling his kooky looking TV robot form.
It also had Joey from Friends in it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Hey, daughter of the person I'm employed under, how you doing?
Hey, at least it had one man who knew how to compliment a woman and not sound soulless while doing it.
I love you, wife.
Bye, robot.
The old 5-finger discount.
So why is New York so many light years farther away than San Francisco? I don't get that joke.
Well, you see, after the great TV war...
I think it might be because, video games are made in California. You see?
California.
This is geography joke in relation to the proximity of the developers and stuff.
Yeah, education.
Okay.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
She was in Delaware for me.
Why Delaware?
They're never looking for an answer for that question, but I figured I'd say it anyway.
Was she visiting the Screen Door Factory?
Anyway, yeah, if at any point during the previous parts I said this is the last bonus stage, I was lying to myself and to you, because there are several more of these things. There are actually a total of 13 gold remotes in the game, if you count the gold remote that belongs to the final boss, and you can never actually save a game that includes that remote, so I'm not sure why it has a remote marker above its television set. Once you get all 12 gold remotes, you unlock the third secret level. And since we just unlocked the second secret level, we get to go play that, which means more horror stage shenanigans. There are 3 secret levels in the game. There's 2 that are just recycled concepts from other levels, and the third one is the secret station level, which is a second Resopolis stage. With a completely different look, feel, and tone to it from the actual Resopolis stage. Anyway, ride the floating furniture. Texas Chainsaw Manicure is the first level with a lost tape collectible. There are 2 of these things. They're hidden in pretty dickish places, though.
Is there, do they give you, like, concept art and things like that?
If you get to 100%, you actually do get a video that plays before the credits that shows all the concept art and has Gex's voice actor doing a sort of stand-up comedy skit that's funnier than most of everything that he says in the actual game.
Oh, that's probably because he wrote it and not the developer.
Probably. It's like the top 10 reasons why it's awesome to be me, Gex, and it rags on like being a video game star and how Gex can sucker video game executives into doling out the green and staring down blouses while hanging from ceiling. Stuff like that.
I bet you that was a developer. Like, actual photo on that wall.
Well, there is the final bonus stage actually does have photos of people, like photos of actual people that I suspect are members of the development team.
Yeah.
Well, it probably, if it's not public domain, they probably would have to do it, because they probably couldn't use somebody else's picture without legal permission or paying for it.
Well, as I commented earlier, one of the pictures on the Haunted Mansion is clearly Pinhead with the head graphics slightly altered.
Yeah. There weren't as many public domain pictures that you could just Google like the fucking Mass Effect 3 team did.
My arch nemesis Sinhead.
It's Satine.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway, this is where
Shut
the
up.
first lost tape is. Down here in this place that's a pit. Damn it! I did not want to freeze in place in front of an enemy. That was bad timing to get an extra life. Imagine if that killed me.
Getting an extra life kills you?
If like I was down to my last hit and I didn't react in time once the game unfroze, that would have been hilarious. Anyway, yeah, the lost Gex tapes. These collectibles you can actually pick up whenever you revisit the level. And what they do is...
By the way, kids, these things called tapes are magnetic little strips of film that you would put in a VCR and it would play movies.
What?
Yeah, we had this conversation when we did the Sonic Unleashed collectibles, which were actual VHS tapes.
By the way, love the obvious Gex 1 call out over there.
Yeah. That's actually the cover art, I think. Gex 1 is such an old PS1 game that was actually released when PS1 boxes were like large VHS-sized things.
Ugh.
Yeah.
They weren't always the jewel cases?
Which I do know.
No, they changed to the jewel case relatively early on, but there were a number of games that were released in boxes that were the same size as VHS tapes.
Tekken 1, anyone?
Yeah.
Tekken 1, Twisted Metal 1. I think the first Darkstalkers.
Yeah.
Was a big box. Street Fighter Alpha. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't miss those at all.
Anyway, what the VHS tapes, well, not the VHS tapes, what the Lost Gex tapes do is when you finish the level after having collected the collectible in the level, it will play a very, very, very short FMV of CG Gex doing a slightly amusing thing. It's no Sonic Unleashed, I'll tell you that. It's not like the little CG shorts you get from Chip that actually have a real joke in them. It's more like...
It's also no Tony Hawk 2, where it's actual skate promotion vids from the skaters themselves.
Yeah. It's more like the Gex... It's more like they made short CGs as little proof of concept tests while they were practicing with the FMV they'd use in the actual game and wanted to use them in the game somewhere and just stuck them in.
What Gex just said there is actually something I've quoted for the longest time because I thought that line was pretty humorous, and I was a big card collector.
What line was that?
Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like 20 more, and I have the whole set.
Oh.
And I actually do say that from time to time back when I was in high school.
Man. Well, the game's got some funny lines. It's got some really dated lines that were funny at the time.
Yeah, we left the Jersey line last time.
Yeah.
Well, because of how true it was.
And like when you enter the first level, he'll say one of two things that's still funny today. At least I'm not at the DMV, or welcome to the only thing more evil than IRS headquarters.
Okay, those are actually funny. Because those are actually jokes.
Well, they're all jokes, but these are jokes that appeal on a timeless level. Like, they're still funny today. Whereas most of the stuff is references to stuff that nobody fucking watches anymore.
Yeah, my favorite DMV joke is still from Mega's XLR.
What DMV joke do they do in that game?
Not
game,
Coop
movie,
got-
TV show. Gah!
Coop, the main character, gets his car impounded, which is also the head of his giant robot. So he has to go to the DMV to get it out, and the entire time while he's in the line, he's just imagining himself in his giant robot smashing the DMV.
Oh, man. Okay.
So yeah, that's how boring the DMV is. Killed all conversation.
I've been there.
We've all been there.
I like how many time-consuming tangents there are in this level just for a simple, dinky little health power-up that you're probably not going to need. Because this level isn't all that hard. I mean, it does some... And yeah, don't jump down this one. This one will kill you.
Yeah. Actual pit.
Now to try every pit.
You see, the thing about 3D platformers at this specific point in time is that they actually expected you to use the look function to find things. Which is unheard of these days. Everything is designed so that there's usually some visual clue where the camera will naturally point.
Yeah, because going into first-person mode and looking is kind of unintuitive. Like, you have to stop exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, someone should have told Sakamoto that when he was insisting on doing it for Other M.
Yeah.
Soon.
We'll get to it.
Eventually, we've been saying we were going to get to Other M for probably like 3 years.
Yeah.
More than that.
I've had Roxy's are on standby.
You know what? That's on me because I promised to record Other M.
No, I was recording on.
Were you?
Then we have twice the lack of excuses because we've had 2 people who were willing to do it.
Well, yeah, but you see, I bought Other M a while back, and I tried to record it, and it just bored the shit out of me.
It'll do that to you.
It's like, you know, I had a relatively okay time the first time I played, but it's such a one-and-done game.
Yeah, I've tried to replay it more than once, and I just, you get a little bit tired of it very quickly.
It's like even the second half of the game where things get a little bit more open and a little bit more actually Metroid-like still feels too railroady.
Yeah, I tried playing it again, and I accidentally put in Prime 1, and I don't know why I did that.
Felt like playing a good game.
I was like, why do I do that?
That's right, you have a physical copy of the HD collection. Oof.
HD, in quotes.
The trilogy.
It's a Wii game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The trilogy. You know, they better release an HD version of that.
They probably will. I'm betting.
Not like Retro's been doing much lately.
Yeah, I'm betting, even though I would prefer them to work on a different Nintendo IP or...
Not Donkey Kong.
Do what every other every other fucking company does. You make yourself a good game, and then in the year or so leading up to it, release the collection so that you can make a little money back and, build up some hype. Don't do what Capcom does, though, which is base whether or not you're going to make a game on the sales of games that you already sold before.
Yeah.
Or release a collection of Nintendo games and not have it on the Switch.
But what I was trying to say is, I think that Retro's working on a Prime 4, even though I would prefer them to work on either a new IP or a different Nintendo franchise. Like, I think that's probably what's happening. Not to say that I wouldn't want to play a Prime 4, it's just Retro has only made 2 types of games, and I would like to see them try other things. But that's just me personally. I'd rather have a 2D Metroid anyway, so...
Just like our 2D Metroid games that we no longer make. That was the only thing I took out of that entire indie showcase.
Now, the reason I think that these videos are test bed videos is because the lines they quote are lines from the rest of the game. Like
are they the same recordings?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Huh.
He just quotes one of the lines that he'll say during normal gameplay. So, like, they're videos that I assume were made in development while they were trying to figure out how they would run the CG FMVs.
Yeah, because otherwise, okay.
Yeah, they're kind of pointless otherwise. I will say, like, this is another thing that was more exclusive to the 90s, but video game developers liked doing little extra things about how they made the games.
It's not exactly that, but the Yoshi 3DS port has like little stop motion videos of Yoshi and Poochie amiibos doing cute things, which is sort of similar.
Yeah, but
so it's not completely gone.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they would, like, when you got, like, one of the PlayStation Underground discs or something, you get videos about how they made Lara Croft's character models in all the different games and what the technical differences between all of them were.
So here's how he made her boobs.
Yeah,
no,
that was
they
the most
never.
important part.
They never did that. You know, the funny thing about Lara Croft's whole sex appeal thing is that it was mostly the advertisements. The actual game didn't really do anything with it.
Yeah, well, sex sells. So.
Ugh. I still remember the rumors of the nude code, though. That was fucking dumb.
Oh, hi! It's that a carbon map that every kid has of the city that no one is sure where they actually got it from.
But it
just comes with houses when you get kids.
Anyway, yeah, this is kind of a random ass boss fight that just has its own gameplay mechanics for no apparent reason. It's really simple, but it's also really fun.
Well, it seems like you move the same way as that you normally do. And you
No,
attack.
you don't. It's actually quite a lot slower and less slippery.
Huh.
It's also sort of a sneak preview for the final boss.
No, not even remotely.
No, I'm just talking in terms of like one of the strategies you can do in the final boss. We'll discuss that more when we actually get there. But
Really?
Man, any of you guys remember
Yeah.
Rampage?
Yeah. I liked
Yeah,
Rampage.
quite a lot of it.
I mean, it's mindless as shit, but
But
it's still good
that's the
fun.
point.
Well, it's an old Midway arcade game. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, once you get into a rhythm with this boss, it's really easy, but the uniqueness of the mechanics and the fact that it's also spoofing yet another relatively timeless thing.
I wonder if the Japanese words actually say anything, or if they're just random symbols.
I remember we said about the Chinese.
Well,
and
they might
the Kung
they
Fu
might be
stages.
too low res here to really be legible. So,
I love PlayStation 1 textures.
Is that ironic love, or...
Yes. Because I remember having to squint my eyes in Twisted Metal 2 trying to read those video game codes. But that was also before I wore glasses.
so he roars and then he says in a perfectly normal voice, "Tail time."
John, were you one of those kids who had glasses but just refused to wear them? Because that's actually what my little brother does. He has to wear glasses, but he doesn't because he thinks he won't be cool if he wears glasses.
But glasses make you look smart.
Yeah, but they also make you a nerd.
They also make it so
Yeah,
that
well.
you can read the signs, the menus at McDonald's.
Nerds don't get into car accidents.
Anyway, the final area has opened up, but we've still got 2 huge levels in this area to go through.
Joy.
Yeah, this is collectathon completionist syndrome. You're always opening stuff up like an hour before you actually get around to going there.
And you hate it because shit.
Well, you can, it depends on what kind of player you are, because sometimes you go to those new areas right away and then go back to the old levels later.
Oh, I hate doing that.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.